4 goddamn years I have been gone off this app. It's technically a website, but you get what I'm saying. But my content creating has not stopped on my other platform. My TikTok, for example. I mean, technically TikTok is about to get banned, so well, there's also my Twitch channel. You mean 18 plus Twitter 2.0? Alright, fuck it. Look, I've been gone a minute. I miss making my YouTube videos, I really do, and I miss seeing y'all, you know, not comment under them. So I figured a nice healthy balance with me to come back would just show y'all what I've been doing while I haven't been here. Most of the time I've been streaming on TikTok. We've been going crazy over there, over 300 plus new followers through my lives, and subsequently my Twitch followers have gone up as well because of my TikTok follow. And what was the source of this new little upbringing I had, you say? Well, it's the very topic that we're discussing today, which is PALWORLD. Now, I made a couple videos on this game. It is pretty cool if you ask me. Okay, I lied. This game is amazing. It's a brand new, fresh adventure experience for me. One that was well needed, especially after my journeys on a game that will not be named. We hit Emerald and got the fuck up out of there. And I've talked about this game enough. I recommend y'all go watch my YouTube shorts, go watch my TikTok videos. All the links will be down below. So I wanted to go on a quick YouTube style type of rant to talk about this game and my finale of it until the full version comes out. And in the meantime, from this video until the full version comes out, I'll just be doing extra things on my world that I already created on my TikTok live. So make sure to follow my TikTok page and tune into the lives and say what's up. Let the rant begin. Y'all know we got to get our vegetables out the way first. So let's talk about some things I didn't really like about PALWORLD. One of my #1 complaints was how when you beat a high level boss, they don't stay at their high level that you beat them at. They are literally nerfed down to your level, so when you go up against other high level pals, they're just as useless as you are.
I don't like that at all.
Do you know how many times I got roundhouse one-shotted by Anubis? Do you know how many times I tried to call for Optimus Prime to go defeat Megatron that was Asher Gun in that freaking cave? My PC and Xbox crashed simultaneously because of my attacks not registering on Frost Stallion. This game trespassed into my real life. Yeah, so come here. PALWORLD devs, listen up, listen close. If we got to do all that work, all that equipment making, all that leveling up just to be able to take on these high level pals, by the time we capture them or kill them, we should be able to use them at that same high level. Otherwise, it just makes all that effort feel kind of pointless. Something else that I wouldn't say I disliked, but I think can be improved on, is how the saddles and necklaces and all the writing type of things works on the pals. So someone like Daydream, who has a necklace, once you equip the necklace onto him, he basically walks around with you all the time. He attacks things with you all the time, but it's not as good as you think. He only does like one attack every 10 seconds, and it's just like that's it. Like, the more you upgrade him, the more powerful that attack would be, but it's just that one attack. I had like 7 different fruits equipped for that one Daydream. Like, come on, like what was the point of equipping those fruits and getting that necklace if you can only use one attack every 10 seconds? If I gotta go through all that work to make the necklace, at least let me gain a couple of the fruit abilities for him. Let him do a variety of things. And why is he the only one with that necklace? Personally, I think it would make more sense for a flyer to have some type of harness or something like that, so they could just fly around with you constantly, while you can have a more fighter-based pal out fighting the things and have the aerial assist of the flyer flying around. I think that should be better strategically. Another thing that I think could be improved on is the small pal soul gathering type of thing. Why don't small pal souls come from all small pals, or at least half of them? If those pals are literally like, you can hold them like this, small pals, when I roll up on them with a giant Asher Gun and they die almost instantly, I should get a pal soul from them, since they're, you know, a small pal. Why am I getting small pal souls from random chests in random dungeons and just sitting around in the grass field? You tell me I can't just kill this quick little jolt bug thing and get a small pal soul? Like, what's up with that? You tell me I specifically have to wait for the chance to kill a Daydream at night just for him to maybe drop a small pal soul? Or I gotta venture into a freaking dungeon or find a random chest to get a freaking small pal soul? I feel like that's just, it's tedious and it's unnecessary. Like, bro, make half of the small pals drop small pal souls, especially when a small pal soul is what is it, an uncommon rarity? Is either uncommon rarity or a common rarity. Why is the common and uncommon rarity showing up less than the actual rare rarity? I have like 23 medium pal souls and only 6 small pal souls. How does that even work? Bro, you don't understand. You're supposed to go coordinate -233 347 on the map. Shut the f up, nigga. Shut up. What are you talking about? Fucking dork. Why do I have to travel to a specific geological location just to get a small PAL soul? Just let me kill a small PAL. Well, all that being said, I'm pretty sure that's everything I can think of as far as the problems with PALWORLD. If I think of more, I'll just say it and put it in the video. But now let's get over to the things that I loved. The PALs themselves. I love the aesthetic, the designs of almost every PAL. And as a matter of fact, while we're here, let me give y'all my top 5 favorite PALs on PALWORLD. We're gonna go from least to greatest. At number 5, we're gonna put Ozuric. Its design is just flawless. It's just beautiful. Like, this is exactly what I would want out of a mythical animal power thing. The lightning aesthetic on it, the way that it runs, the way its powers are used, I just love it, love it, love it. Number 4, I'm gonna give it to Shadowbeat. I love the whole mythical griffin look it has going on, but its ability when it runs ahead of you and bursts out like these 12 dozen freaking Dragon Ball high beam shooter things, all that is fire. Imagine having that at maxed out attack power. You're taking out everything in your path. It's beautiful. At number 3, I'm gonna give it to Jormungandr, water type, the Titan one inside of the pool that you gotta fight. Man, this thing is just like the definition of majestic. It's gigantic size and design, like how it literally looks like a freaking Jormungandr type of thing from the mythos of Greek mythology. I said Greek mythology, I meant Norse mythology. I'm sorry, I haven't played God of War Ragnarok ever, but I watched it, so it still counts. Other than looking amazing, it's powerful. It's very useful against the PALs in the volcanic areas. They are more fire type, and I have him maxed out on his attack power, so like he's definitely one of my go-to PALs. At my number 2, I'm gonna put Phalaris. Now Phalaris is my number 2 strictly because, you know, they're just my flyer. I use them to get around to and from the map, and really it's just, I didn't have Sukuna's saddle yet, so there's my number 2 out of like extremely usefulness. Like I use them 24/7, so that's why they're number 2. And speaking of Sukuna, my number 1 favorite PAL on PALWORLD is Sukuna, the firebird that you find in the desert. Aesthetically, practically, conceptually, anime-ally, Sukuna is just a 10 out of 10 all around. Like, I love everything about it. They are definitely a better flyer than Phalaris. I don't care what y'all say, cry to your mama. But when I first caught my Sukuna, it was at level what, 46 or something like that. After I've upgraded it just a little bit, I went straight over to the frozen ice areas. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about. Pulled out Sukuna and it almost one-shot every PAL there, to the point where it got annoying because I was trying to capture them. But man, Sukuna just didn't care. It beat the shit out of 80% of the PALs over there. And he definitely made my life a lot easier when it comes to forging and furnacing iron on certain levels of my bases, because he is a level 3 kindling. And I haven't ran into level 4 Jormungandrs yet, so Sukuna was very useful overall, both on and off the base. So that's what makes my number 1 PAL. Moving on to another topic, I want to talk about the weapons in PALWORLD. Now, I could have fit this in my problems with PALWORLD category that I did earlier, but this is just more of like tips to the PALWORLD devs rather than like an actual problem, because I made it work. So the variety of weapons is like not there at all. It's literally bows and crossbows and a few guns, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, I just feel like it's not enough. Oh, quick side note, I need to point out that I basically beat PALWORLD. Like, I beat all the high level bosses. I captured all the high level bosses on the entire map. I've beaten every tower boss except for Shadowbeat, because I just didn't want to. I did all of that before I even hit level 45. And if you play PALWORLD, you would know you had to, once you get like level 50 or something, that's basically you unlock everything. And around like level 47, I believe, is when you get the assault rifle. But I already had the assault rifle since I found the schematic for it. So I couldn't unlock things like the rocket launcher and these other weapons and such. Like, I couldn't get to that level yet, but I made it work with the schematic, so it didn't really matter. But I would say the lack of weapons inside of PALWORLD, or the lack of the rarity of weapons. Like, I found out that the crossbow I was using a common crossbow my entire playthrough and didn't even know it. And when I say I didn't even know it, I mean, like, I didn't know there was a rarity to it. Like, I didn't know there was uncommon crossbows, rare crossbows, epic crossbows. I didn't know any of that. Probably because I never fucking found them. Having the rarity of these few type of weapons is kind of an issue. I don't really like that. I think having a wide variety of weapons and then have a certain rarity for a certain weapons would be a better pick for this type of game. But the reason I say it's not really a problem I have with the game is because the crossbows that I did have, the fire crossbow, poison crossbow, and the regular crossbow, they were extremely useful to me as I got even up to the higher level areas. Like the fire crossbow, when you use it against the right type of PAL, which is either grass or frost, the elemental damage overall, the fire will keep burning them like 60 damage or 100 damage plus the damage you're actually doing when you shoot them. It's extremely useful when you're trying to kill the PAL a little bit more efficiently, or when it comes to doing extra deal of damage. Same thing goes with the poison crossbow, and I found it extremely useful when I used the fire crossbow against Jet Dragon. That's when I captured him. But I still believe a wider variety of weapons would be useful in Palworld. Also, I heard that they patched the whole nails thing. Like, you used to be able to make a bunch of nails and sell those nails for a lot of money to the merchants, and then you would just buy a bunch of ammo like that. I don't understand why that's something that had to be patched, because nowadays having to make the ammo takes a lot of time and a lot of resources, and usually the ammo just goes up like that, especially when you're going to get a high level PAL. So for me, it made it especially more difficult and tedious to try to make ammo for both my assault rifle, my handgun, and my pump shotgun. So eventually I just made more fire crossbow arrows and poison crossbow arrows to just compensate for that. So I would say they definitely need to make ammo more convenient, or at least more cheaper, or something more to afford in Palworld if they're going to go forward with that. In Palworld, if you're going to give us the ability to capture and sell other people, if we choose to capture them and use them in battle, why aren't they using their gun? No, like for real, when I captured the big dude with the minigun, like he was the syndicate gunner or the syndicate heavy gunner or something like that, why when I pull him out he just doesn't shoot? Like what is he waiting for? Is there a command or something that I'm not noticing? Like, what's going on here? Did he run out of bullets when I captured him? Like, what's going on? And then he go ahead and talk about something. Oh, I'm hungry. No, bitch, starve. Another thing I love about Palworld is the elemental aspect of it when it comes to the PALs. PALs being an element like frost or grass, and actually having a counter that is fire. I think that was a really good idea. It definitely makes the game seem like you can play it smarter rather than harder. And it was that same advantage I used to capture people like Frost Stallion and Necronus and Palladius. So there are a lot more good things about this game than there are problems. And I'm saying this about a game that's still in its beta mode. The full game hasn't released yet. So if Palworld just keeps doing its thing and actually, you know, listens to me, this could be one of those games, like one of those games of the decade type of deal. Like, what?
Pokemon who's trying to sue?
And I want to say that's how great Palworld is. Like, all those Pokemon jokes was cool for like the first week or two, but like the game is so great on its own. It's just Palworld now. Like, those Pokemon jokes just so dry and lame. It's so funny to me. But who was y'all favorite PAL on Palworld? Why were they your favorite PAL? What was your best thing you done? What was the funniest thing that happened to you during your Palworld playthrough? What are some tips you would give to other Palworld players like myself that I just didn't know about? Comment it all down below. And to end off this very rantish type of video, I will say I completed my Palworld journey while being completely fair and square, while being very authentic. And when I say that, I mean, while I was streaming, a lot of people was telling me or suggesting to me to do some type of glitch or some type of, you know, loophole within the game that's kind of being exploited right now to make it more convenient for myself. And I'm not that type of player, man. Like, if I dedicate time to a game, I want it to be as satisfying and enjoyable to me, like without having to rely on all of the cheap tricks and all that. Jet Dragon, for example, a lot of people were saying to just put your base right beside him so you can have all your pals attack him whenever he comes up and fights you. A lot of people were saying to just trick him into jumping off a cliff or something like that. You know, all these things, like if that's how you play your games, that's how you get through your games, that's on you. Like, hey, it's your storage that is using up, you feel what I'm saying? But like, nah, man, that's just not for me. Because like, when your journey is complete, that feeling you feel or the feeling you don't feel, that's all because of how you chose to play the game. And I feel very satisfied, very, you know, assured about my playthrough because of how I played it. And again, I was able to complete my playthrough a little bit earlier on than a lot of people think. Like, finishing your playthrough before you hit level 45, exactly at level 43, honestly. Like, I didn't have legendary spheres. I didn't technically have the assault rifle unlocked, like, level wise. I didn't have the ultra sphere. I didn't have some of the assembly lines. I didn't have some of the level 4 armors unlocked. I didn't have any of that. And I still got through the game at the level I got it through with the pals I had. So I am very proud of myself and my playthrough as far as Palworld, and I can't wait to get back onto it. So I would say to y'all, is like the final piece of advice when it comes to any game, really play it as genuinely as you can, because at the end of the day, I would say gaming or doing anything in life really is kind of like exercising in your sets. If you cheat your set, the only person you're really hurting is yourself. If you rely on glitches and cheats in video games, the only person you're depriving of entertainment and really any joy is yourself.
Oh my god, this nigga think he the fucking gaming guru or some shit. Shut up, nigga.
And with that being said, y'all, that is the end of the video, man. Like, let me know what y'all think about PALWORLD as the game. Let me know what y'all think about me as your content creator for PALWORLD. I am not the PALWORLD content creator. I hope I don't become that, but if I blow up off of PALWORLD, I don't mind that either. But with that being said, y'all, if y'all like today's video, make sure to give it a like, comment your favorite part, also comment your future game recommendations for the channel. It's been your boy Prodigal, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.